If you run a large business, you already know the choice you make here affects more than your software budget. Enterprises know this decision isn't only about licenses or dashboards. It's about committing to a system that will impact sales processes, team workflows, integrations, and long-term scalability. So today, we're talking about 3 well-known CRM platforms that can handle the large-scale enterprise needs: Salesforce, HubSpot, and Zoho. Instead of going over long lists of features, we're focusing on what it's really like to use these tools in daily routines. So let's get into it. Let's get started with their interface. When you walk into HubSpot, it feels incredibly intuitive. You don't need a map or a manual to find your way around because the design is clean, consistent, and frankly, it just makes sense. It's built for people who want to get work done without fighting the system. Now, if you pivot over to Salesforce, the feeling changes quite a bit. There are buttons, toggles, and gauges everywhere. It is powerful, undeniably, but it can be intimidating. You have endless tabs and dense information on the screen, which is great if you need that depth, but it definitely comes with a steeper learning curve. You're going to need some training to operate it comfortably. Then you have Zoho CRM. In recent times, they've really tried to tidy up with their CRM for everyone update, and it shows. It's colorful and customizable, almost like a workshop where you can arrange your tools how you like. Although it lacks that ultra-polished smoothness of HubSpot, and it doesn't quite have the commanding presence of Salesforce. But it's functional and gets the job done once you set it up right. Once you are settled in, the real work begins with managing your people. In HubSpot, managing contacts feels like you're scrolling through a social media feed. You click on a name and you see everything: emails, calls, page views in one tidy timeline. You can see exactly how a lead has interacted with your marketing materials without having to dig for it. On the other hand, Salesforce treats a contact record like a comprehensive portfolio. It's not just a timeline, it's a deep dive. You have related objects, nuanced details about the account, and layers of data that an enterprise sales rep might need for a complex deal. It's less about a quick view and more about having every possible piece of data available, which is perfect if your sales process involves multiple stakeholders and long cycles. Zoho takes a slightly different approach here. It gives you all the basics you'd expect: contact details, notes, and activities, but it feels a bit more practical. It gets the job done well. And with their Zia AI, you get some helpful hints on the best time to contact someone. It's effective, but the experience of entering and managing that data just isn't as fluid as HubSpot, nor as granular as Salesforce. It sits comfortably in the middle. Moving from individual contacts to the bigger picture, let's talk about the pipeline. HubSpot really shines here if you are a visual person. Their drag and drop board is probably the gold standard for usability. You can see your entire sales process at a glance, and moving a deal from qualified to close one is satisfyingly simple. It's designed to keep reps moving fast and staying organized without getting bogged down in admin work. However, Salesforce treats the pipeline like a rigorous forecasting engine. Sure, they have the Kanban views now, but the real power is in the list views and the split screen capabilities. You can plow through leads and update opportunities with incredible speed if you know the shortcuts. It's built for sales leaders who need to scrutinize every stage and ensure that the forecasting data is accurate down to the decimal point. Zoho offers a very customizable pipeline experience. You can actually design different layouts for different pipelines, which is a nice touch if you have distinct sales processes for different products. It's flexible because it allows you to color code and tweak the stages to your heart's content. It might not feel as snappy as HubSpot, but the ability to tailor the visual journey for your specific team's needs is a strong point that shouldn't be overlooked. Now, let's look under the hood at the engines driving these platforms: automation and AI. Salesforce has gone all in with Agentforce. We aren't just talking about basic chatbots. These are autonomous agents that can execute tasks for you. If you have the resources to set it up, Salesforce can practically run complex workflows on its own, analyzing data and triggering actions across departments. It's an absolute powerhouse for enterprises that want to automate intricate business logic. HubSpot has countered this with Breeze. True to their brand, they've made AI approachable. You don't need a degree in computer science to use it. Breeze helps you draft emails, summarize calls, and even spins up reports with simple natural language prompts. It's woven into the flow of work so naturally that you might not even realize you're using AI half the time. It's less about replacing humans and more about removing the drudgery from their day. Zoho relies on Zia, and honestly, she's become quite the capable assistant. Zia is great at spotting trends, like detecting anomalies in your sales figures or suggesting workflow improvements. It's a very practical application of AI. While it might lack the high-end autonomous agent feel of Salesforce's latest tools and the flawless polish of HubSpot's Breeze, Zia is incredibly useful for teams that want smart insights without a massive price tag. Of course, all that activity needs to be measured. When it comes to reporting, Salesforce is the undisputed option here. If you need to slice and dice data, cross-reference it with legacy systems, and build complex predictive models, Salesforce is where you want to be. It can be difficult to build these reports. You might need a dedicated analyst, but the depth of insight you get is unmatched. HubSpot has really stepped up their game here recently. Their reporting used to be a bit basic, but now the custom report builder is capable and, importantly, easy to use. You can connect data from marketing, sales, and service to see the full customer journey. It answers the questions most businesses have right out of the box without requiring you to learn a query language. Zoho offers a strong analytics suite as well. It's surprising how deep you can go with Zoho Analytics. You can create pivot tables, detailed charts, and dashboards that look professional. It might take a few more clicks to get there compared to HubSpot, and it's not quite as infinite as Salesforce. But for the price point, the value is undeniable. You can get very serious business intelligence out of Zoho if you're willing to spend the time configuring it. Finally, no CRM is an island. You need to connect to other tools. Salesforce has the App Exchange, which is the largest enterprise app marketplace in the world. If there is a piece of software in existence, it probably integrates with Salesforce. Plus, with the MuleSoft integration, you can connect to legacy on-premise systems, which is a requirement for many large enterprises. It's the connector of choice for the Fortune 500. HubSpot's app marketplace has grown largely and focuses on quality and ease of install. The integrations usually work smoothly right away because HubSpot exerts good quality control. It connects brilliantly with modern SaaS tools, Slack, Gmail, Zoom. It's perfect for the modern tech stack, though it might struggle with those ancient custom-built ERP systems that Salesforce handles with MuleSoft. Zoho takes an all-in-one approach. They would prefer you use Zoho Suite for everything, mail, books, projects, but they do integrate well with the major players like Microsoft and Google. The integrations are powerful, though sometimes setting them up can feel a little more technical than HubSpot's one-click solutions. If you are already in the Zoho ecosystem, the integration is flawless. If you are mixing and matching, it's good, but not always seamless. So where does that leave us? If you are a massive organization with complex, rigid processes and the budget for a dedicated admin team, Salesforce is still the best for the enterprise hill. If you want a system that your team will actually enjoy using, one that unifies marketing and sales without the headache, HubSpot is the clear winner for user adoption and modern growth. And if you need deep customization and a lot of power, but need to keep costs under control, Zoho is the best value for money contender. Identify your team's tech maturity and budget, and pick the partner that fits your culture. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe to get more CRM insights like this.